You know, I could chat right now. Should I? Could I? I don't know. It's possible. Did I? We'll find that out. Hello to everyone out there. How are you guys doing today? It's been a cool minute since I've streamed, but we're back today. Ooh, there's a lot of glare on my face. That a little bit. Yeah, okay. Perfect lighting. There we go. Are you guys ready to talk about Metroid Prime today? I think that's what I'm really excited to be talking about. The lights will dim, so don't even worry. Give it about like 2 minutes. I have my lights on a timer. Hello, everyone on the Kelphelp channel. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for coming in today. If you don't know who I am, I don't know who I am either. My name is Kelphelp. Thank you so much for checking me out today. We're going to be live streaming Metroid Prime. We're going to be talking about Metroid Prime ports. I've just been on a huge Metroid kick lately, and I think that's going to be reflective on what we're going to be talking about, obviously. Talking about Metroid Dread, and I think for those who are interested about Metroid Dread, don't even worry. I'm not even going to delve into spoilers here. That's a game that I've been waiting for a very long time, and I don't want to take that away from anyone, if that makes sense. Just because of how good of a game it is. Also, I'm just going to be laxing like this. So, that's how it's going to be. But no, I've just been on a huge Metroid kick lately. I've been playing a ton of Prime on the GameCube, a ton of it on the trilogy. Just because I'm like, you know what? I really wanted to make this video. I think I planned it about a month ago. So, I usually take my time with my scripts. So, trying to make sure that everything is done properly. That's why my videos take a while, because I'm extremely bad at scripting. But it's just so interesting to see what are the differences, because what's interesting is that if you guys don't know what Metroid Prime is, it's a first-person adventure that was made by Nintendo, that was published by Nintendo but made by Retro Studios. I'm sorry about that. And it's a wonderful game. If you have it on, like, there you go. Now my lights are starting to shift, so that's perfect. Cool. But if you've been wondering how the Metroid Prime series is, I would very much recommend playing it on the GameCube, on the Wii, and if not, there's also the Wii U. So if you guys have a Wii U or anything like that, you could also download it, and I think it's still currently available. So it is nice that it is still hopefully accessible if you have a Wii U and stuff like that. But I know getting it other ways besides emulation, it's a little bit difficult, and I don't blame people for emulating it, just because I think ever since Metroid Dread came out, is there something on my dad? Oh, there is. I think ever since Metroid Dread came out, I've been seeing the prices of Metroid games skyrocket like crazy. So like, I think I've been seeing like Metroid Fusion selling for about like $120, which is pretty crazy. Like just the card alone, not even the box or anything. It's just card alone, and it's been pretty incredible how much people are willing to pay for it. I mean, it's a great game, but I'll be honest, as someone who loves, yeah, I think that's much better. I think as someone who loves Metroid, I don't think Fusion is worth $120. Trust me, it's not. It's a great game, and I think it should be played. But once you kind of play it, you're just like, all right, I finished it. Maybe I'll 100% it, but I think after that I'll be good for a cool while. But then you go back to it a couple years later, which is what I did. I've been also marathoning the other Metroid games. But no, it just feels nice to really go through the Metroid series and go through that. So what I've been doing lately, I've been playing Metroid Prime on the GameCube, and the differences are quite staggering. I think visually, what I think a lot of people will like is that Prime is really, really like closely associated with how it plays on the Wii, which is quite surprising. There are a couple of differences. I think the aspect ratio is like one of the biggest ones, which is crazy if you think about it. Just because the original GameCube release was released in a 4:3 aspect ratio, but Trilogy, you know, it's entirely 16:9. So how did they do that? And you know what? I think it'd be cool to like show you guys a little bit of how these look together, because I was actually doing this, kind of comparing these two. Let me bring my chair up a little bit. All right, let's have a clean slate. Okay. All right, let's have a clean slate right here. Hello, I am on the smaller screen. So what I want to do is I'm going to do a display capture. So I'm sorry if you're going to see a ton of me. Hello, this is my desktop. I want to show you my editing drive. So the thing is that I always have like an editing drive that is full of the stuff that I record, and I already finished this video, so it's all good. But if you guys are curious, oh yeah, actually, you know what? No, that goes into some comparison shots, but one thing I do, and I don't know if you guys do know, I actually have a hard copy of all of the, what is it called? Oh, I wouldn't say a hard copy, but I have like another edit video entirely of all of the B-roll that I've got of all the comparison shots and doing that. And hello, Pixel not dead. Please let me know if I got that right or wrong. How are you? So prefer GameCube version, and I wonder if they are cropped. You're gonna like this. So this is what we're gonna be talking about today. I do want to go into some of the features. If you guys don't even want me to go into it, don't even trip. I have the video releasing tomorrow. So if you don't even want to go into discussions, it's no problem. The video will be released tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But if not, I will show you what it looks like. Let me see if I could get this. There we go. Cool. We'll get that in there for you. All right. So let me show you guys what this looks like. Hopefully you guys can see that a little bit better. I think I'm going to move the chat. I don't know if you guys can see the chat, but I'll make sure that's it. But no, you can see like some of the comparison shots. So right here on the, well, it's clearly marked, but to do some of the cutscenes, let me, oh my God, I put Squidward in there. I forgot. So I think this is a good example right here. So right here, I actually have a shot of the GameCube. But if you see, give it a little bit, you can see that it's actually been blown up to 16:9. And what they did, Retro actually effectively scaled the 4:3 to 16:9. So yes, it does cover everything, but you are losing basically the top, the information on the top and the bottom. And I will argue for some games, I don't think it's that big a deal, but I think for cutscenes, it's pretty unforgivable, just because it's like they are cinematic pieces that have certain subjects in a focal point. And when you kind of scale those out, you kind of lose focus of that. And that is actually a big problem that this trilogy has, for the cutscenes at least. So like right here is a great example. I just put these side by side, but you can actually see, actually right here, actually, let me see. When Samus is actually in frame, let me show you what I mean. Actually, that's a good shot right there. This is more or less in the middle, in a way. Yusuf, how are you? Yeah, they did this for the Pikmin ports too. It's just noticeable enough to be very annoying. I agree completely. I get why they did that. It's a lot of companies don't really there could be a lot of internal reasons, and I'm no developer myself, so there's only so much I do know. But what I can say is that there are certain things that companies do and don't have at the time, and assets can be lost. So if assets are lost, that means they can't like really replicate this. They can't scale it. They can't manipulate it. So there are always factors that lead to why they can or can't do that. And, you know, sometimes it could go for the blanket term they were lazy. I don't know, but that's not... I wouldn't really say that because Retro has always had a very good history of releasing quality titles. No matter what it is, I put that gag in there. Oops. But you can see some shots right here, how different it is. I think the smoothness is much better on the GameCube, but that could be the upscaler that I'm using. But also on the Wii, it looks pretty good, but I still think colors are slightly desaturated, not as much as I'd like to. So you could also see the difference here between the motion controls. So I think that is something that's very, very interesting, just because if you're just so used to the GameCube controller and using the speed of the GameCube controller, it's going to be remarkably different going to the Wii because it's an entirely motion control based game. It's interesting to know, but it's a learning curve nonetheless. Yusuf, I'm sure you thought about it, but I'd love to hear your thoughts about how the switch to motion controls for PS1 changed the game. I really like the original control scheme personally. Good example too, because I actually do talk about this in the video. The video is actually out right now, so just letting you guys know, if you are interested in watching, you can watch this. Actually, if you join the Kelpie crew. If not, you can wait tomorrow, and whatever way you do is perfectly fine by me. So, but I personally prefer the GameCube controller. I grew up with the GameCube version, and I'll admit, the motion controls are pretty cool, but I think when you have a long play of like 4 or 5 hours, just, you know, literally aiming, it gets tiring. And this was during a time when motion controls were an essential part of gaming. Like, motion controls was thought of first to catapult the novelty, and then classic controls were second. Obviously now we've done the exact opposite. People prefer just traditional controllers first and motion control second, and I think that's how I absolutely would prefer like that. But that's going to be a big problem with the Wii. If you guys like Metroid Prime but you don't like motion controls, the Wii it's going to be a tough pill for a lot of people, I think. I think it's still a very cool idea, but I think for long play sessions, it genuinely sucks playing that. I wouldn't want people to play that for more than 2-3 hours, because it gets really tiring just doing this in front of your TV all day. You know, wow, looks like well, there you go. I'm jacking off my Wii remote. There you go. A couple of shots that I did do here too. I think it's a nice... Yeah, here's another cool thing that I think I want to touch upon too. One thing I really love, I think this is because of the RAM that the Wii has in comparison to the GameCube. They were actually able to add bloom, and you can see that bloom very prevalent on Ridley's wing on the Wii section in comparison to the GameCube. And it's so cool, just because the bloom actually does add a nice touch, and I genuinely like it. I think from what I've been seeing on, like, let's say Metroid Prime 3, it's overtly done too much, and I get that. Probably to sell that it's a high quality title, but it was using tricks to kind of mask a couple things. But you can see the bloom here, which is cool, but ineffectively, when you scale 4:3 into 16:9, you're going to start to see a lot more visual problems. And the reason I say that is because you can see some of the pixelation that's on like Ridley's leg on the GameCube version, It's a little bit smoother. Then again, keep in mind, I am having a smooth upscaler, by the way. So it does make things better. But you could also see more on the Wii section, which is on my Wii U. So then again, it could be because of the equipment of what I'm using or the materials. But then again, just remember, it is a 4:3 scale to 16:9. So you are going to notice some of the lower quality textures that haven't aged. Like, I guess you can say this snout right here on Ridley's nose. And it's not really that apparent on the GameCube version. It's what's so cool, and this is one thing that why I love doing the Sport versus Sport series so much, is because the more that you really start comparing these, and the more that you start looking at these side by side, you really start to see what are the goods, like the positives and negatives of each. And I think that's a very, very interesting thing to note, because 9 out of 10 people won't catch it. Not saying that they don't have the eye, but when you compare something directly, I really feel you get the best. Like you get the best objective. I can't think of the word, but you get the best objectiveness, for lack of a better term. If that makes sense, you get the most truest visual representation, and I think that's a very important thing, because facts are facts. You can always list facts, but I'm not trying to disown facts. I think facts are facts, and that's just how it is. But I always think it's very cool to have like a visual representation of what this does look. And this is one of the reasons why I like doing this series so much, just because it's just so interesting to see how a lot of developers did their tricks and how they got to that. So Pixel Not Dead says, do you think setting Metroid Prime to widescreen in Swiss gives real widescreen? That's a very good question. I've actually haven't tried that with Swiss. I actually just recently installed Swiss on my GameCube. I just bought like an SD loader, so I just like started to go through Swiss for the first time. And I know not even on Swiss, but like on the Wii, if you have that modded, which is mine is modded, you could actually force 4:3. No, I'm sorry, you can force 16:9. I will say I have not tried that before, but that's a very cool thing. It would have been nice, actually. I didn't think about that, but it would have been nice to see what it was like if you forced that. But let me see if I have something here for you. I'm trying to think. Okay. Let me find some actual gameplay. I remember having some gameplay in here. Okay. So let's go into Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I like putting stupid ass visual gags. All right. Let's go into this. So just to give you context, this is direct comparison of the gameplay. The gameplay itself is not 4:3 scale to 16:9. It is true 16:9. You get a fuller and bigger perspective of what you used to see in 4:9. What is stretched is the HUD. And I get it, and that makes sense. I don't think Rare would have wanted to recreate the exact same HUD that they did for the GameCube release. And instead, it's just easier to stretch it. In hindsight, the HUD really doesn't make a difference because it just looks slightly elongated and it's not as bad as you think it could be. But, I mean, there are people who don't like that, and that's totally fine. I genuinely think it's fine. I think when it comes into these, it's a personal preference. Let me see if I can find another shot for you. All right, here's another good shot. What the fuck are these two icons? I don't know what these icons are. I'll tell you what these are. If you see these, when you change your visor from, like, let's say the regular normal mode to scan, on the left right here is the GameCube. You can definitely see that this one is more representative in a square. And because it is stretched on the Wii, it is actually a rectangle. So it does show you that the HUD is stretched, which is very interesting to note. But the actual gameplay, like the actual gameplay that you're playing while you're behind the visor, is 16:9 and a true 16:9. I think we're gonna be playing a little bit of the PrimeHack. I'll be talking about what that is in a little bit, because I don't feel like recording, like streaming on my hardware anymore. I'll go into that as well. But you can definitely see how different these two are. And like I said, in the grand scheme of things, this HUD it doesn't matter at all in comparison to other games where if you do see a stretch HUD, it looks bad. Like there's no way around it. But this one, it looks like it's actually part of the game. So it's not that big of a difference. So I think that's very cool actually. Arioka, how are you? Hi there. Interesting analysis. I have both versions, so I'm curious to hear about the differences. You're gonna like this. So if you're curious about the differences, we do have a couple. I think it's important to note that Metroid Prime Trilogy is not a true 16:9, like 100% all the way. Because the cutscenes, let me see, like right here, they are stretched from a 4:3 to a 16:9. So you are effectively cutting off the top and the bottom. So in a cinematic view, you're basically just ruining the focal point. That's just how it is. You're gonna see a lot of shots look fucking wonky. And I think as we're gonna be playing PrimeHack, which is using the Metroid Prime trilogy, I think we're gonna be going into that, and I'll talk about what the PrimeHack is. We're just doing that more for fun, not really analyzing the mod, but just like playing that as for fun as we talk about Prime. But as for the actual differences, that's definitely one of them. So I'll play a little bit for you so you get to see more of a perspective. So from what I usually do, I always like to frame the main character in the middle as much as I can and try to align it as much as I can. And you can definitely see more right here on the trilogy just because it is 16:9, no, 4:3 scale to 16:9, and you see more of the textures. And the textures haven't really been reworked at all. They're still exactly the same. You could even see how close, like, let's say some of the hoses on Samus's helmet are. They're pretty much exactly the same. But you start to see more of the quality of the textures because it is blown up. And that's where you start to see the real difference. When you start to see something that's just blown up more than it was actually intended. And I think the reason they just did this was probably lost assets. Maybe they didn't have it. Keep in mind, this was a 2001 game that was released, and it was later ported in 2009. So we can't say for sure that Retro had the assets of the FMVs. Maybe they took the original ones, blew them up. I don't know. I don't know anything about the actual development period, but I think it is what it is, kind of thing. You know, you just get to see more. That's another difference I did see. Let me see what else. Let me see this one. Okay, let's talk about this then. I think, keep in mind, the equipment that I'm using is an actual Wii connected to a RetroTink. The RetroTink is an upscaler that is known for doing very high quality upscaling as well as smoothing if you wanted to, which is what I did use for the GameCube. And on the right is actually my Wii U using Wii. Now, from what I'm not really sure, I don't know if the Wii U gives a smaller, a softer picture or desaturated, but I definitely see that colors are a lot more desaturated on the Wii than on the GameCube. I have been told by a lot of people on my Resident Evil videos that they did notice that the GameCube version specifically is very, very dark. Darker than it should be. I don't know why. It's just how my console outputted, and I had all the right settings, so that's kind of beyond me. But at least that's what I observed. Maybe there could be so many factors as to why. Fab knows, how are you? Thank you so much for coming in. We're going to be talking about Metroid Prime, how we're going to be talking about that, how that works, and what's going to be going on with Metroid Prime. So thank you. And to everyone who's watching, thank you so much. I hope you guys are enjoying something like this. I wouldn't say that I'm trying to change formats, but I'm trying to make more of like a discussion kind of forum, for lack of a better term. So that's something I've been trying to do instead of, you know, just sitting on the computer and just, you know, playing a game. Because I could play a game for all I know. And we can do that. But I think it's nice to really talk about this. Really look at more... what is it called? really look at like more direct comparisons and doing that. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. And usually I only like to do this when a game or a video I'm doing is being released. So that way I have information, that way I have more context, and I think it's a very, very cool thing to look at. So I hope you guys are enjoying that. We'll talk about more of that when I play PrimeHack. Have you guys been playing the new Metroid Dread? Oh my god. I will say this though, just for everyone who hasn't played Dread and for the courtesy of it, we're not going to go into spoilers. I finished the game, but I don't want to spoil anyone because I still think a lot of people still haven't gotten their copies yet, and I want them to take their time and play it. But I'll be honest, I've been waiting 15 years for Metroid Dread. I remember as a teenager, I think it was like 12 or 13. I still remember very vividly hearing about Metroid Dread when Metroid Prime 3 was coming out. And if you guys have played Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, there are a couple sections that talk about Metroid Dread. I think it was you had to scan a couple of items. I forgot where specifically, but there was a section that was like Metroid Dread is almost finished, be on the lookout, something like that. And I was just so excited because, you know, there's a reason that, you know, it wasn't supposed to come out. So was Dread supposed to come out on the DS originally? It was absolutely confirmed by the producer that Dread was made twice. The first time it was on the DS, it was supposed to be a sequel to it, to Fusion. And the crazy thing was because the game wasn't meeting up to the vision of the developers. I'm gonna guess that the AI of the Emmys hasn't been sophisticated enough to kind of find Samus and become a true successor to the SAX in Fusion. So I think that's what they were really trying to get down. And I think on the Switch hardware that, you know, that more than does that. And you can really tell that this game has taken, just like, it was painstakingly taking time to create it. And I genuinely still think it's one of the best controlling Metroids I've ever played. Hot take, I guess you can say. Yeah, hot take, I guess you can say. The older Metroids don't control as well as Metroid Dread, period. The fluidity of Metroid Dread has been absolutely astounding. The animation has been not only top-notch, but you really start to feel the girth and the weight of Samus's armor when you're moving around at different terrains and different fields. And I just loved how the developers really spent so much time making Samus the best that she can be. Dread has been definitive in how Samus controls, period. So for how that controls is, actually that was supposed to release for the DS, the original 3DS, not the 3DS. So, you know what? Hold up. Let me see if I can link this to you guys. I think this is going to be something very cool. If you guys want to watch this interview, I would absolutely recommend this. This released right after. But you know what? I don't care if this video gets copyright strike. Fuck it. I mean, I usually have these videos unlisted, so I really don't care if it gets unlisted. All right, let's watch this. Let's watch this. Yeah, I'll do that. Do you want to watch? Fuck it. No. Watch this in, guys. If you can, I'm gonna link this in the chat. If you guys can watch that interview, it was basically the development history of Metroid Dread, how that was released. This basically gave everything about it. And to be honest, before this interview, we didn't know much about Dread. We only knew that this was a game that was supposed to be coming out. It always got hiatuses. It always was canceled. I don't think not like unless you were like an actual insider in, like, let's say Nintendo or maybe a third-party source like higher ups in IGN, which I think a couple people reported that they knew of the existence of it. I think Craig Harris, the original owner of IGN, one of the original owners of IGN, said that he actually knew about Dread, but not much more than the name. It's supposed to come out for the DS, but I thought it was going to be made for 3DS. That's what a lot of people thought too, which is interesting. I'm actually very glad that they took their time with this, because I went back to play Samus Returns, and I actually have a huge problem with Samus Returns. My second round, which I completed not too long ago, probably about 2 weeks ago. I didn't like it. I hated it, actually. Well, I think the archaic design of the map is not as bad. I will say the aggressiveness of the way enemies attack you has been atrociously bad, where it forces you to use the melee counter, which is a new mechanic in Samus Returns. And by just doing that all the time, it just kind of kills a lot of the exploration, because at that point I'm just like, you know what, I'm just playing a Dark Souls game in which you have to defend yourself against every single enemy, in comparison to the other Metroid games where there were a variety of characters that were either passive, some maybe were a little aggressive, and some were just neutral. And I think having that variety was a really cool thing. And even if you played the original Metroid 2, there were some enemies that were passive, some enemies that were neutral, and some enemies that were, aggressive. And I think that goes for all Metroid games. There was always a combination of all three of that. And I just hated the 100% aggressive enemies. Turned me off. You didn't like Metroid Samus Returns after Dread, or you never liked it even when it was first released? So when it first came out, I actually liked it, but it was the only Metroid game that didn't stick with me. Like, after I played the game, I didn't feel like going back and playing it again. Not saying I don't feel that for the other Metroid games, but it didn't stand out. And then when I played my second run, which was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I started looking at Samus Returns, and I'm like, you know what? There's a lot of problems with this game. The aggressiveness and dependence, the aggressiveness of the enemies and the dependence on the counter system. And yeah, I think those are two huge ones, honestly. I think more backtracking maybe than I'd like to on the Metroids. I think I didn't like how some Metroids where let's say you brought their life bar to like halfway, they just switched to another room. So you have to tediously move to another room to move over there. And then after you almost finish killing it, then sometimes it moves to another room. And that happened not for just one Metroid, but at least like 10 or 15. And that was just extremely tiring after a while. So I'm just like, you know what? I'll just watch the ending on YouTube. I don't feel like it. So I just skipped Samus Returns on my personal playthrough a second time. Bob No says, I never finished a Metroid game. I would feel bad to just start with Dread. I wouldn't say you should feel bad, because let's be clear about something. I will say this. One thing I do appreciate about Dread, it does give you a good story synopsis of all the original Metroid games. So if you're not really too sure about what it's about, that'll get you up to speed. I think when it comes into the other Metroid games, I don't think you should feel bad, because we both know that accessibility on Metroid games is a pretty tough sell, and there's a reason why the games have gotten higher price, because people can't play them. And I think, like, if you want to play Zero Mission, you can't play Zero Mission. I don't even know if it's on the Wii U eShop. If it's on there, please let me know. That'd be so fucking dope. But it's not on the eShop. Metroid 2 you can play on the 3DS, but that's about it. Fusion, you can play it on the 3DS if you're on the Ambassador program. I was lucky enough to be one of those people. On the GBA, that's why I think for a lot of people emulation is a good way to go, just because not a lot of people have the opportunity to play on original hardware, or even the accessibility to play it on different hardware. So it sucks. It really sucks that I still think we need more accessibility in gaming. For not only everyone, but for different kinds of people. Giris Reggiano says, actually, Metroid Dread on Switch is great, but I wonder how it would look like on the original DS. Right? It does make you think. I'm very, very 110% sure there was a prototype that was made, and it was completely scrapped and kept in the Nintendo vault, as for lack of a better term. It's just very interesting, just because Nintendo doesn't release a lot of their prototypes at all. What's prototyped will always be with them. because no one other than developers knew about it. And I'm guessing for something like, excuse me, for Metroid Dread, I'm pretty sure that was only kept at the Japanese developers first. So it's locked airtight, unless someone was like able to somehow go in there. But another thing entirely. And I digress. Oh, did you like Metroid Other M, the Black Sheep? You know, so here's the funny thing about Metroid Other M. I've never played it. I've never played Other M. I've been very, very scared too. I've heard nothing but bad things in terms of story of Metroid Dread. I've heard all the complaints. I've seen all of the complaints. I think from what I hear, the gameplay is just like, I don't know. I don't know, but no, I think when it comes into Metroid Dread, into Other M, I just skipped it entirely. I just don't. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm scared to play Other M. I don't know if I want to. I think it'll actually ruin my perspective to Samus. And with what they did to Samus in Dread, I think I don't want to know. Nintendo always was strong against emulation, but with their latest move to online payment for outdated ROMs, I have the feeling they endorse emulation. So, oh, okay, so the original Metroids are on the Wii U eShop. That's cool to know. I appreciate that. So, I'll digress a little bit. Just a little bit, and kind of backpedal on what Fob says. I wouldn't. So here's the thing. Companies never really endorse emulation unless it's for them. I think a great example is Super Mario All-Stars, as that game is entirely emulated. But I think when people found out it was emulated, they're like, oh, you know, it's emulated. It's bad. No, emulation is not a bad thing. I think people really felt like they were kind of... I think when people don't have accessibility, they're not able to play these games legally. There's a reason why people go to other, you know, avenues to play it, because people just want to play these games and have that accessibility. And when those avenues are cut, people resort to emulation, spending lots of money on getting these original cards, going original hardware. I do feel lucky and grateful that I do have a lot of the original Metroid games on original hardware, and I can play them. I think I have the entire series except Other M. Yeah, I have the entire series except Other M. And I have been really grateful to kind of collect that during release day. I've had all of them since release, since Prime and Fusion. And I bought them on release since Prime and Fusion, and I haven't broke that cycle. But I think for a lot of people who get into the series later, it's going to be a difficult task. And I think accessibility is an important thing for companies. And I think the company who has set the golden standard of game accessibility is Xbox, Microsoft. And if you really think about it, being able to have backwards compatibility to play your original Xbox, your Xbox 360, your One, I think it's just an incredible thing. And Metroid 4 does exist. That is Fusion. It actually says it in its title, which is funny. So it says Metroid 4, actually, if you cycle through the title. That's that. But no, I think it's important to know that companies should follow examples to make these games more accessible. And the reason that people complain of like Switch Online is because there aren't that many accessible titles people can play that they want to. Because I think if we just really keep down that avenue, I think it'd be a great thing. But I don't know why they don't do that. I think embracing backwards compatibility, not only in hardware, but I think in software too. It kind of sucks to know that you've bought all of your games on the Wii, and I'm talking about the original Wii, and they're kept on the system. If you bought Castlevania Adventures when it came out on the Wii Shop channel, you can't pass that up. It's an exclusive on the Wii, and it died on the Wii, which sucks because that's a very good Castlevania game. No one talks about Rebirth, and how can you if it's not even accessible? But no, I think this is why it's important to know that. I think it's important that there's more accessibility in and playing more content like that. And I think it's just a good thing to do that. Embrace both what's created now and back then. Yeah, it makes no sense why you can't play PS3 and PS4. There's a lot of... So, I get it. There are a lot of hardware reasons, too. Again, I'm no developer. I don't know anything about hardware. But I'm pretty sure you have to either... Unless you have the hardware inside of the system, you have to emulate it. Because there's really no other way. And I get it that it's a painstakingly long time to do that. But I think with what like companies like Xbox have been doing, for example, by putting patches that you can actually play and update those games so you can play them on new hardware, I think it's a very cool thing. I just really hope that that kind of picks up steam. No, that's it. If you want to play all of the WiiWare games, you have to download. You have to hack your way. You have to. That's what I'm saying. That's where piracy comes in. So no one wins when it comes into that. I think the only way people will win is if companies start putting more accessible games for people to pay. People are willing to pay for digital. There's no mistake. People will pay for digital days. And that's not really a problem. It's just the accessibility. How can I play it? Where can I play it? When can I play it? That's why there's a huge backlash on the N64. What is it called? On the Nintendo 64 expansion pack that they released, just because it's too much money for like people aren't getting a lot of the returns that they're paying in, and that's makes sense. Having two consoles with 10 games each for $50 a year and Animal Crossing DLC, it's not a lot to do. But no, that should be it. I think that covers a little bit of what I was talking about for the ports. If there's anything you guys like to see about Metroid Prime, let me know. If you guys are curious about any other questions that you would like to talk about for any of the ports of Metroid Prime, how does it work? I would love to talk about it. I'm gonna, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna be opening up PrimeHack. And I'll be talking about PrimeHack. I think this is something you guys might like, actually. No, please feel free to let me know, because it's quite amazing. If not, the video should be released tomorrow. If you guys are interested in seeing about Metroid Prime, that should be coming out, and it was a lot of fun. I always have fun doing that, honestly. Okay. Alright, so let me put up PrimeHack. If you guys don't know what PrimeHack is, it runs on Dolphin emulator. What PrimeHack is, it allows you to play the original trilogy. Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3. Alright, you know what? I'm banning you. Yeah, I'm banning you. Now you're just being a little shit. Fucking idiot. Alright. So if you guys don't know what Metroid Prime hack is, it's a very, very cool emulator. Basically what it is, it allows you to play the original Prime trilogy using... what is it called? Oh, hold up. God, I'm so sorry about that. Oh snap, I get in here just in time for ban? You do! I just banned someone. It's fun, man. How are you, Divin? Thanks so much for coming in. How are you? We're gonna be playing a little bit of Metroid Prime. Oh my god, that is so fucking loud. Oh, that sucks. It doesn't scale it? Oh, it doesn't scale it properly. That's annoying. So we're gonna be playing Metroid Prime Trilogy using a mouse and keyboard. So the PrimeHack is very cool. It requires you to have access of the original Metroid trilogy. If you got that, you can play this. It's very, very cool. We're gonna really be going into that. I'm very excited for that. Even better, just a bit month to say the least, but I should be good. That cutscene should be 16:9. Yeah, I know. It's not scaling properly for some reason. Then again, this is on. I don't know why it's not doing that. Then again, keep in mind, I have one ultra-wide monitor, so there's something fucky-wucky here. Let me see. See what I can do that. How did I do that? Can I actually, like, manipulate? Okay, no, I can't do that. Oh. That's why. Wait, really? I have to play on a... Oh, my God. Okay, hold up a sec. I think I know what to do. Let me turn this off. Yeah, so, if you want to play the Metroid Prime trilogy with PrimeHack, it's very, very cool. I played a little bit last night just to figure this out. Also, looks like I have to figure this fucking... Oh, let me see. Okay, it's in 1080p. Ugh. Low-key, though, this is the only reason why I hate emulators. It's just because it's just so annoying. Yeah, PrimeHack plus Phaser is the best. So, I don't know what Phaser is, actually. But I don't know what Phaser is, actually. Let me know what that is. Let me see. Yeah, oh my God. I think I have an idea. Let me try browser. Oh wow, it's just copying me. Alright, give me 1 second. Dolphin is pretty good, though. I haven't played a CVX in a few weeks, though. So here's the thing. I don't play much of Dolphin. Oh, Phaser's a texture pack creator that changes the button. Oh, then I have it. I have done that. I actually have installed that. I don't know why the buttons aren't installing, though. But I have installed that, and it's very fucking cool. I've genuinely enjoyed doing that, which was a lot of fun. Okay. I don't know why it's not capturing the right thing. Ugh. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's... See, this is the thing. It doesn't... Let me see. Can I actually stretch the game? Let me see. No. Oh, you can stretch it. Okay, good. Thank you. I was wondering if you can stretch this. Okay. Keep this in mind. I don't play Dolphin at all, alright? So, this is fucking new for me. There we go. Now I got this. There we go. Hi. Metal Gear Solid. I think the GameCube ports are way better. There's a lot of good Metal Gear. How are you? There's a lot of good that the GameCube version has. Stick for the video tomorrow. There should be a key combo for it. Keep going? Okay, cool. So yeah, let me show you how this is. So it's genuinely so fucking cool to be playing Metroid Prime on keyboard. It's kind of natural at this point. I don't know, it's pink. It just fucking goes to pink. Believe it or not, I've never once played a Metroid game before. Dibin, you're kidding me. You need to play Metroid. Oh my God. Series just... Oof. It makes me feel some kind of way, honestly. I never get tired of Metroid. I just wish there was a texture pack for this game. But I think I did add a nicer face to Samus. Not the buttons. What's your favorite Metroid? My favorite Metroid? Good question. Dread was very huge. For the 3D, it's Prime 2. I have a huge love for Prime 2. For 2D... Okay. Hold up a sec. Who the fuck is this idiot? I don't know. Someone keeps trying to spam and thinks they're cool, I guess. Are you using mouse and keyboard? Yeah, actually. So here's the thing. This is called PrimeHack. It allows you to play the game using actual mouse and keyboard. And it's very, very cool. So for this, yes, I am using an emulator, which is very fucking cool, honestly. I'll admit. So this is on Dolphin, upscaled from 480p to 1080. So... But obviously you can do it to 4K. I don't think my computer can do 4K. But yeah, it's very, very cool. I would absolutely recommend this. Didn't think I had a lot of fun doing this. I kind of want to cover this, honestly. I'm pretty close to thinking of covering this. Yeah, the game looks great, so sharp. I will say this. So whether you're playing on original hardware, on the GameCube, on the Trilogy, I think you'll have a really nice visual experience. I was very happy how it looks like. Let's say on like the Retro Ting and the Wii U. I was really, really enjoying it. Honestly. So whatever you'll play, you'll have a really fucking great time. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So that's how I can do that. What graphics card do you have? So I got really lucky with my graphics card. I actually have a 3060. I actually was lucky enough to get a 3060. I found one on Newegg, actually, which was really nice. They had it for like almost MSRP, so I'm very grateful for finding that, honestly. It's so weird playing on... I'm so used to on controllers, so this is such a new experience for me. Still, it's a lot of fun though. I have to like map this to like PC controls. Like if I could somehow like map this to like how I'm playing like on Doom. I like jump here, but I don't like strafe there. That's all they need to do is release the Prime Trilogy for Switch. So here's the thing. Prime Trilogy will be released on the Switch. It's not a matter of if, but a when. Oh, 3060 can run PCSX at no problem. So here's a problem though. While my computer, yeah, it can run at 4K, technically. I don't have a 4K monitor. And if I get a 4K monitor, I want a really good 4K monitor. Because I have an ultra-wide. And this is... I mainly just edit in 1080p. So it's not like it's a huge deal. Oh, fuck, I didn't scan him. Damn it, I can't 100% the scanning thing. Sucks. Upscale the game set. Is Metroid Prime Trilogy confirmed for the Switch? Oh, no, absolutely not. I wish it was, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not. It sucks though, because it would be so nice to actually have it on the Switch, but there are always rumors of people saying, oh, it's going to be on the Switch. It's going to be on the Switch, at least in my honest opinion, just not now. It just sucks. There we go. I'm still getting so used to mouse controls. You know what? I think I have to map the controllers a little bit. Because, it's just so crazy playing this. Lock-on. I'm still getting used to the lock-on. Here's my opinion on the port matter. I personally think the Japanese version of Prime, not the Trilogy, is probably the best. Okay, so Kirby. Oh, shit. That's right. Okay, Kirby, I want to ask your opinion why on the Japanese version. I have not played it, but that's a very interesting take, and I really want to know why. Because I've never played the... Oh, a lot of sequences breaks still exist in the Japanese Wii or have alternate methods. I did not know that. Okay. Okay, that is very, very fucking cool. I did not know that at all. But that sounds so fucking interesting. I'm very down for that. Okay. I think I might have to check out the Japanese version then. Because it is true, there are always things that you'll always catch in Japanese but are lost in other versions. And I think Metroid Prime was more made for American audiences than it was for Japan. At least that's what I'm assuming. Because I don't even think the Prime Trilogy came to Japan. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it did. I tried to find info on its release date. I couldn't find anything. Which is kind of funny, actually. That's so cool. I'm gonna do that. Oh, you own an LG... You own an LG OLED 4K and you'll never go back even if 480... Oh my god. See, I've been wanting to get an OLED. I haven't done that. No, it's... So there's no space boots. There's only one single jump. So I can only do single jump here. The original one, you could still only do one single jump. I don't remember there being two. And I played them side by side. There's no jump. Oh, fuck. Fuck me. There we go. But no, I think the limit that I will go for a lot of games, unless it's like it does a beautiful job in 4K, I usually don't have a huge problem with 4K. Although I haven't like delved fully into 4K. I'm still running like a 10-year-old computer or 10-year-old TV. Because believe it or not, since I'm editing on my computer a lot, I've been more PC lately than I have consoles. Just because all I basically do is I'm either editing, which now it's, thank God, it's a full career, which is what I'm trying to do it. But no, I'm either editing on my computer or maybe playing some kind of games on there. But I don't know. 4K is a big jump, honestly. I still don't think we're really 4K ready for a lot of games, and it's kind of really apparent for that. Even a lot of the 4K games are still... Oh, there's a source port of Prime 1 called Metaphor, still a work in progress. I've never heard of that before. So what is Oh my god. Can you like drop this on our Discord? Because I could tangent about this all day. So interesting. I never actually talked about like what my setup is. So I know everyone goes crazy for CRT TVs. I personally don't like them for a very subjective reason, and I just don't like having them. Like space-wise, I don't like it, and I'm just not a fan of it. It looks cool, and I'm never going to deny that, but I just personally don't like having a CRT. I personally find it pointless, but I don't want to, like, sound like I'm shit-talking on CRTs in general, because I genuinely think they're very cool for a lot of people. I just think the maintenance, just having them, is just a pain in the ass for me. So I prefer on a flat screen. I have a really old Dynex 1080p TV that I bought 10 years ago, and I've been wanting to upgrade it for the longest. It's weird. I've upgraded my equipment more than I have my TV, but see, that's what I'm saying. So Alistair says my issue with CRT is finding someone that can calibrate your maintenance, and I think that's the problem. Unless you're able to willingly like disassemble your CRT, or worse, PVM, and you know how to do it, it's just a pain in the ass. And like I said, I'm not flacking on anyone who likes CRTs. I think it's wonderful. I genuinely do. I just don't think it's for me. And I'm the kind of person, I love to have clutter contained, and I love all of my cables to be organized, and I love everything to look, you know, perfect. And even with the upscaler, you know, for me, that's my personal choice, and I love it. And you're right, Kirby. I think there's a couple of what is it called? There are definitely a couple of Twitter accounts that I love, that they do comparisons of, you know, games in composite video, games in RGB. I'm to scale properly, obviously, and somehow they look like on a CRT. It's very, very interesting to see that, and to see, and you're absolutely right. I think it does go subjectively, though. Some games do look really good on CRTs. And I think what's really nice, though, and this is what I love about talking about people retro games, and I think this is one of the reasons I love, that I'm really grateful for having the channel, is like seeing what are other people's setups to having the best of what they want to, because everyone has a threshold. Wow, you can see more rain in on the original. What the fuck? I don't remember this. But there are people who actually prefer, you know, playing on component. There are people who like playing in SCART and RGB. And I just think it's so cool, you know, how, like, what really drives other people. There are some people who just go crazy and they will just, like, play on, like, arcade boards on, like, a super gun. I think it's so fucking cool. And that's why I love talking about this with people. Like, oh god, I gotta really go into, I want to say more opinionated stuff, but like kind of videos more to drag out the passion of other people, because I genuinely find it very, very interesting to see like what, oh shit, I don't have morph ball, that's right. But it just gets me extremely excited to see what people do that. You know, because there's so many ways to play. And I think what's nice too, I don't think a lot, like, there are people who are fortunate to have, you know, original hardware, some people who don't. And, you know, even like getting their perspectives too. It's very interesting to, I'll admit this, I've been more open to the idea of emulation. Before I used to be, I wouldn't say against it, but I'll admit, I would probably say I was maybe a tad elitist, being like, no, you have to play on original hardware. But the more that I really see it, not a lot of people have that luxury, and I think that's perfectly fine. A lot of I mean, as a kid, I emulated because I could afford games. Now I'm grateful to have that now. I played Sonic Adventure 2 on a CRT. In my opinion, it looks way better on the GameCube than, see, it's just like stuff like that, like, that's what gets me going. Like, why do people think this is cool? What is their perspectives? This guy's a fucking idiot. Jeez. I mean, you could, but you just look like an idiot. Like, I will say this. I genuinely don't know. Well, no, I'm not going to put attention to that. Fuck him. Sorry, someone's like trying to spam the channel thinking they're bullshit, but kind of more hard work shit posting them. The Retro Couple. I've been playing Dreamcast on CRT now. Some Typing of the Dead and Blitz 2000 Fall. Dude, oh my god. Typing of the... You know, it's funny. I still have a keyboard from Typing of the Dead. It's literally just been like collecting dust, and I haven't played it, and I feel so bad. I've been wanting to do more Typing of the Dead, and I've never played that much of it at all. I feel genuinely horrible, but I think it sounds wonderful, honestly. No, what are some games that I've been wanting to play? I think, so, for December, I definitely love to get, like, in that fall mood, you know? Playing a lot of horror games, playing a lot of games like that. I think currently I've been trying to finish Deadly Premonition. Let's see, Deadly Premonition. I've been trying to go for some Saturn horror games, too. Then I realized my Saturn's been fucky-wucky lately. Pretty fun for a chill mood. No, honestly, you know what's, like, this is genuinely dumb to say this. I'm looking at the comments section, and I'm just seeing, like, this sounds so fucking dumb. But I'm seeing, like, so much, like, passion from people who are like, oh, you know, I love playing it with this quality, or I love playing it like this, you know. Like, this makes me so happy, you know. Like, seeing how people play their retro games, seeing how people play their very niche retro games. And, you know, okay, there we go. It makes me really happy. It genuinely makes me really happy. It sounds dumb. Thank you guys for making my day. Seriously, I really mean that. I really, really mean that. Thank you guys for, like, making my day and just talking retro like this. It does my heart so happy. So thank you. I really appreciate that. And I think that's the other thing. I think this is one thing I love about games, is that there's so many games to play and so many to talk about. It literally never ends. That same awe-inspiring feeling I feel when I play a game for the first time and when I did it on something else. It just makes me so fucking happy. Hunter, how are you? Did you stop on Twitch? Oh, long time ago. Stopped months ago on Twitch. I don't do Twitch anymore. Okay. How are you, by the way? I recommend Tech Romancer, underrated fighting game for Capcom. I haven't played Tech Romancer, actually. Then again, I will say, though, another bad opinion, I don't like fighting games. I kind of, like, I think I'm trying to really find the controls for this. I don't know what one is on keyboard. What is one on keyboard? Oh, enters. Whoa, enters shoot. Okay. Oh, I don't know what I pressed. But shit, I forgot what I was talking about. I was so invested trying to figure out how the fuck do I do that. Yeah, I found your channel a couple of months ago back when I found a Resident Evil comparison video. I didn't know you were live streaming. Yeah, so here's the thing though. I used to live stream a lot on Twitch and like almost religiously. But I think a lot of the policies, like just to keep it short, a lot of the policies that Twitch has done in the past couple years, or I wouldn't say years, in the past months, I just haven't agreed with. You can look this all up, what they've been doing. I'm not going to delve into it. But because of that, I've just decided not to focus on streaming anymore. And I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, like personally for me, I'm a video editor. The reason that I have this YouTube channel is to practice editing, but also do something that I love. So all of the way the editing is, I'm still learning how to be, you know, I'm still very curious. God, I lost my train of thought. But no, that's the reason why you see me doing YouTube a lot, because I do this to learn how to edit myself and how to do higher quality videos and create, you know, different assets and stuff like that. And I've been feeling like it's been getting there with time, and I'm really hoping to improve that. So that's why you always see me doing that. So at the end of the day, you'll see me a lot more on YouTube than you will on Twitch these days. And I've never been happier. I'm just so happy to do that. So thank you guys for honestly coming in here. But whenever I do stream though, I do love streaming though. I think over time I've always been okay in front of the camera, but like I just feel so much better like speaking in front of the camera, speaking to everyone. Like it makes me really happy. Oh, gotcha. I was looking for you the other day. I was like, wait, yeah. Honestly, if you want to see what I'm doing, YouTube is the best way. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's where you find all my content. So there you go. Oh, fuck these things. Come on. No, honestly, let's have fun with Prime. I'll give it another chance later. More of a 2D guy. I think you'll like Prime. Prime, like, here's the thing. I think the themes that the original Metroid games stand for, desolation, exploration, what else? Puzzle solving. The amazing music, by the way, which is also done by Kenji Yamamoto. You can find those all just playing like this. And I would absolutely recommend giving the Metroid Prime series a try, because it's genuinely like some of the best like first-person action you'll find on the GameCube, and some of the best that Nintendo's produced. Dread has been amazing. It's one of my favorite Metroid games. I've been absolutely enjoying it. I cannot be happier. I've been waiting. Like I said, I've been waiting like 15 years for Metroid Dread. And to actually really have it, it just makes me happy. There isn't a better Prime 1 experience than playing it for the first time. Ugh. Okay. Let me tell you this. I'm gonna make you all feel simultaneously bad. Imagine playing your first Metroid game, and then remember, you'll never play it for the first time again. And then you'll get into deep sadness. That fucking sucks to say that. So fucking true. Jordan, how are you? I don't use a PC, but what's the better version of Prime 1 and 2, GameCube or Wii? If you I mean, it's a good question. I mean, it really is a good question. I personally think one comes to, what's your preference? Do you like the GameCube controller? Do you like it playing on motion control? Because those are deciding factors. Do you prefer an amalgamation of 16:9 on the trilogy? Or would you prefer to play how it was originally meant to be played on 4x3? I think another factor is, actually no, I think those are like some of the like the major, like the most, what should I say? As not divisive. as concise of a reason I can think of, if you're thinking which is better. I can't really say that for Metroid Prime 2 because I haven't like done that video, but I want to see how this one does. And if you guys are interested in this Metroid Prime 1, I'll definitely do a Prime 2 because I'm pretty sure like the stuff for Prime 2 is even bigger, and I would love to cover Prime 2. But if you want to know a full video, that will be released tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll be releasing that. If you're currently a supporter on the, what is it called, on the Kelpie crew, you can definitely get access now, and I have it available for channel members. So if you guys have that up, you can actually watch the video right now. But of course, that is very much optional and not a requirement. So depends on what you want to do. I feel like it was 2009 again when I first received Metroid 2 on the Game Boy. I actually don't have Metroid 2. That's the only Metroid game I don't have, besides Other M, because I hate Other M. You're playing mouse and keyboard for Prime. Yeah, so what this is called PrimeHack. I'm currently playing the game actually on mouse. Oh shit. Yo, dude, you have a troll pinging your Discord. Really? Shit, Okay, hold up. Really? Okay. Previous 7 days. Okay. Okay, hold up. Give me one quick second. Now I gotta be right back. Let me take care of my Discord. This guy's genuinely being a pain in the ass. Hold up a sec. Give me like 5 minutes. I'll be back in a second. There we go. While I'm doing that, why don't you guys listen to some funky fresh shit? Alright, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Let me take care of this on Discord. Alright, that was fucking crazy. Okay, so I'll give some context to what happened, and my apologies to everyone. Someone just randomly on the YouTube chat just came in and they were just like spamming. Like, I genuinely don't care when people do that because it's like, okay, I can just ban you and bye. But I guess he went on multiple accounts and did that, which is also fine because I can ban you. Then he went on the Discord and then tried to tag every single person. That's also fine because I could just IP ban you. And what's cool about Discord is that it IP bans you, so you can't do that, honestly. So I apologize for keeping everyone out. I don't like doing that, but I mean, it's fucking dumb. Oh, okay, so there's another one. Well, actually, he can't do anything. Yeah, I'll do that too. Yeah. So sorry about that, guys. So I'm all good. What's a Discord? You can find the link on the Discord right down below. So if you guys are interested, check that out. You can definitely find that right there for you. I don't know if that's him or a real guy. Oh, wait, hold up. Let me... Oh my god, really? Oh, okay, cool. That's Slayer Syndicate. Okay. So that's you. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm so sorry about that. I don't like to be taken away, but some people be like that. It just is what it is. If things if things kind of permit, maybe I'll close the Discord more, but nah, that's fine. All right, let's play some more Metroid Prime, and then I do want to get into. I like that what Jordan Mullen says. We're gonna do a tier list. I genuinely like that idea a lot. Let's do a tier list for Metroid. What is... Okay. I think after I defeat this boss, okay, I think I'll give myself 20 more minutes to stream, and then we should be good. And then we'll do that. We'll end it with the tier list. I like that idea. Time to relax. Enjoy. So you're going to see how... Let's see how keyboard controls work for this boss. This is also one of my favorite bosses. I love the music, by the way. So this is one of my favorite ones. Alright. DIP banning? Okay. Alright. Also, my god, I really hope someone's not coming into Discord to spam. Like, I'm really not in the mood. Oh, this boss should actually be easier on PC than on GameCube. So, I will say this. The reason that it's annoying me... Because, think of it like this. This game does heavily rely on lock-on. So, it's definitely a little bit different when you're not playing on lock-on. So, like, yeah, you can't go around like that, but it's kind of fucking weird. So I just remember through the movement and playing it. Yeah, spamming right now. Really? Oh my god. Really? Wait, oh no, I was supposed to... Oh my god. Sorry, like someone keeps spamming the fucking Discord. Holy shit. Jeez, man. Oh my god. Okay, hold up. Let me take care of this. I'm so sorry about this, guys. Let me take care of this. All right. Oh my god. Give me 1 second, guys. This is genuinely annoying, right? Ugh. Alright, you know what? Hold up a sec. This is annoying. So, I'm so sorry for that, guys. Someone is still just, like, going in and doing that. I mean... Alright, that means after the stream, I'm gonna definitely have to lock down the Discord. I'm gonna lock it down for a little bit. But no, I'm so sorry, guys, from taking you out of that. Some people be like that. Oh my god, playing on a mouse and control is so fucking weird. Hold up. Yeah, someone... Hold up a sec. Oh, I still have the music on, by the way. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep track on my phone. Yeah, I'm gonna keep track on my phone. If I see anything fucking sus, I'm gonna do that. But no, sorry about that. Yeah, someone's just spamming in there. I mean, they could. No, we'll keep this going. Honestly, it takes a lot to get me down. Like a lot, so it's fucking good. Okay, I never realized playing on mouse and keyboard is so fucking weird. I can't really do... Up a sec. Alright. Let me... There we go. The music was paused. So sorry about that, guys. Okay, cool. Oh, that's right. I don't even have charge beam. Oh my god. She's literally down to her, like, basic necessities. I forgot about that. There we go. No, sorry about that, guys. We should be good. Cool. Alright. Alright, and then that's it. Okay, I'm gonna say this. So if you guys are curious about this, this is called the PrimeHack. If you want to learn how this works. I'll admit, it's a learning curve. It's a big learning curve, just because I think Metroid was genuinely made for, what is it called? For console, than it was for PC. So while the PC controls do feel natural, in that way, I think the interactions with enemies is a little bit different. So it's not as straightforward as you think it is. Which is very interesting. Alright. There we go. I think we're good, though. I think we're good. Oh, yeah. Fuck it. Whatever. Like that. Alright. So, I think before we go... I'm not going to end the stream yet. We're going to do one thing. I think... please correct me if I'm wrong. I think Jordan recommended this to us. So, let's try this. Let me see if I could find this. So, what we're going to do, guys... I think let's end the stream with this. A Metroid tier list. I'm going to definitely see... Okay, cool. There's a tier maker. Oh my god, yes. Alright. You guys ready for this? Okay, cool. Alright, Discord's good now. Alright, you guys ready for this? Let's go into the tier list. Okay. Let me see if I could actually get the browser going. Alright. Can you guys... Oh, yeah, that's right. It's off. Oh, my God. Okay. Give me 1 second. Doing that thing again. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to turn off that, and I'm going to do display capture, because that's easiest. Alright. Hopefully you guys can see. That should be okay. Alright, so this is going to be the tier list. We're gonna go by what I think is this is my personal opinion. So if you don't like this, I don't like you. All right. So let's start with the first one. Metroid Zero Mission. I genuinely love this game. There's only one thing I don't like about this game, and I will say this. Taking a look at this Metroid in the works. Let me put it down for you. There you go. Look up PrimeHack. Look that up. You should be able to get that. It should give you a Dolphin installer, and you should be able to get that. Just rip the ISO from your disk, and then you're good to go. All right. So let me start with Zero Mission. I think the one problem I have with Zero Mission is that getting the Varisuit is genuinely annoying, and it really not only takes me out of the loop, it's just... Okay, cool. Alright, so I only know Super Metroid and haven't finished it, so I withhold my opinion on anything about the series. Don't worry, you'll be doing that. Pinball's clearly above. Okay, Zero Mission is an S automatically. Realistically, I will say this. I think Metroid Super Metroid is an S, but it hasn't aged well in terms of how floaty the game is, and everyone always goes to Zero Mission. So I will say I'm gonna put Zero Mission there. Prime Hunters is a solid C. It's not a bad game, but it's kind of annoying playing on the stylus. I don't have that many fond memories of Hunters. Can you move your webcam? Wait, let me see. Hold up. Oh, am I centered? Oh, my bad. I'm probably too much like that. My bad. My bad. I think I should be good now. Yeah. Okay. Metroid 2. I can't really give a full answer for Metroid 2. I personally haven't finished Metroid 2. Probably give it a C. Definitely one of those games that hasn't aged well. Metroid Federation Force, probably a D. I can't say it because I don't like that. Ooh, this is tough. Missing a couple Metroids too. I mean to the right of the screen, sorry. Wait, to the right of... Oh, okay. There you go. I feel you. Okay, there we go. Oh, your webcam. Okay, there we go. We're all good. All right. That's what I got so far. Prime 3. Okay. This is tough. This is genuinely tough. All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give Prime 3 a B. Because it isn't the strongest of the Prime games, but I still think it's a great one. And I do love it a lot. I've played it countless times, and I love it. Metroid 2 is my personal favorite. I'm going to put Metroid. Yeah, Samus Returns is going to get a D for me. There's a lot I don't like of the game. I'm going to be honest. In terms of Metroid games, there's a lot I don't like. And while it's not a bad thing... Alright, Pinball. I can't say anything for Pinball because I haven't played Pinball. So that's a no for me. Metroid, okay, if I could rate this down, I'm pretty sure I would. But I haven't played at Other M, so it's not like I can have an opinion. The original Metroid, no. I don't like the original Metroid. It hasn't aged well. Let's be honest. If we're going to be playing the original Metroid, we're going to be playing Zero Mission. Fucking fight me on that. Ooh, yeah. Prime is definitely up there. Prime is so fucking good. And Fusion. Yeah, you know what? I'm happy with this list. This is going to be my list. So, yeah, this is for sure. Fusion scared the fuck out of me as a kid. Especially with the SAX. He's extremely fucking scary. So I still remember avidly just... like, really going to the SAX and just... you terrify the hell out of me. Where's Dread? Dread is probably not on the list because this was just recently created. I would put Dread on S though. So I'll be quite honest. I'll definitely put Dread on an S. I really liked it. So there you go. You know what? There we go. Oh my god, I can't download. Ugh. Alice. Your tier list is shaved. Oh, good. People are getting angry at me. Good. Keep that. I'll put this in the Discord. I love the shit out of it. Yeah, Prime. There we go. Watch that link. What is that link, by the way, bro? RL. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch anything if I have no context. But no, that should be it. I think that's good. I think this is a good place to leave off the stream. Yeah, these Metroids I always find myself going back to. Super Metroid still is God tier, but I think just because of how... okay, I'll definitely watch that video. Thank you for that, by the way. I think in terms of Super Metroid, I think it's still a very, very good game. Obviously, it's fantastic, but I think the only thing that's hindering it is just the actual speed of the game. Definitely doesn't compare to the other ones. Fusion really killed it for me with the SAX. That was just incredible. SAX hasn't just been amazing. Yeah, there we go. That's my tier list. I'll put it into Discord. And with that, I think we can call it a stream. But to everyone, thank you guys so much. I really had a fun time streaming with you guys. I do want to apologize for the constant disruptions, you know, trolling and all that shit. But I'm actually very glad that happens. Just gives me, helps me find a way to lock things down when I need to. And, you know, I think at the end of the day, though, I will say this. If I'm getting people fucking trolling, that's a good fucking thing. That means I'm doing something right. And I'm very grateful for that. Cool. Thank you guys so much. Seriously, I had a wonderful time streaming. I hope this was a wonderful, just little discussion about the, about Metroid Prime, different ports of it, and, you know, just kind of even tangenting off to the other ones. Last, I'll answer this one. What's better, Zero Mission or Fusion? I think Zero Mission is better. Zero Mission is definitely better, but Fusion still makes you fucking scared. There you go. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Watching this live stream. My God, this is not a video. But I will have this video of the port versus port out at tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can watch it. If you want to watch it now, join the Kelpie crew. If not, you're more than welcome to wait, and that's totally fine either way. Thank you guys for coming in, talking, supporting. I genuinely appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.